यशोदनन्दना व्रज जनरञ्जन यामुनतिरावनचारी
यशोदानन्दना व्रज जनरञ्जन
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 30, The Activities of Prachetas, Sloka number 42. Namaha Samaya Shuddhaya Purushaya Paraya Cha Vasudevaya Sattvaya Tubhyam Bhagavate Namaha Namaha Samaya Shuddhaya Purushaya Paraya Cha
Purushaya Paraya Cha
Vasudevaya Satvaya
Vasudevaya Satvaya
Tubhyam Bhagavate Namaha
Tubhyam Bhagavate Namaha
Namaha Samaya Shuddhaya
Namah Samaya Shuddhaya
Purushaya Paraya Cha
Purushaya Paraya Cha
Vasudevaya Satvaya
Vasudevaya Satvaya
Tubhyam Bhagavate Namaha
Tubhyam Bhagavate Namaha
Namaha Samaya Shuddhaya Purushaya Paraya Cha Vasudevaya Satvaya Tubhyam Bhagavate Namaha
Namah Samaya Shuddhaya
Namaha Samaya Shuddhaya
Purushaya Paraya Cha
Purushaya Paraya Cha
Vasudevaya Satvaya
Vasudevaya Satvaya
Tubhyam Bhagavate Namaha
Tubhyam Bhagavate Namaha Namaha Samaya Shuddhaya Purushaya Paraya Cha Vasudevaya Satvaya Tubhyam Bhagavate Namaha. Okay, word to word meaning Namaha. We offer our respectful obeisances. Samaya, who is equal to everyone. Shuddhaya, who is never contaminated by sinful activities. Purushaya, unto the Supreme Person. Paraya, transcendental. Cha, also. Vasudevaya, living everywhere. Satvaya, who is in the transcendental position. Tubhyam, unto you. Bhagavate, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Namaha, obeisances. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Dear Lord, you have no enemies or friends, therefore you are equal to everyone. You cannot be contaminated by sinful activities, and your transcendental form is always beyond the material creation. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead because you remain everywhere within all existence. You are consequently known as Vasudeva. We offer you our respectful obeisances. Purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is known as Vasudeva because He lives everywhere. The word Vas means to live. As stated in Brahma Samhita, Ekopyasau Rachayatam Jagadandakotim. The Lord, through His plenary portion, enters into each and every universe to create the material manifestation. He also enters into each and every heart in all living entities and into each and every atom also. Paramanu Chayantarastam. Because the Supreme Lord lives everywhere, He is known as Vasudeva. Although He lives everywhere within the material world, He is not contaminated by the modes of nature. The Lord is therefore described in Ishopanishad as Apapaviddham. He is never contaminated by the modes of material nature. When the Lord descends to this planet, He acts in many ways. He kills demons and performs acts not sanctioned by Vedic principles, that is, acts considered sinful. Even though He acts in such a way, He is never contaminated by His action. He is therefore described herein as Shuddha, meaning always free from contamination. The Lord is also Sama, equal to everyone. In this regard, He states in Bhagavad Gita 9:29, Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshyo stina priyaha. The Lord has no one as His friend or enemy, and He is equal to everyone. The word Satvaya indicates that the form of the Lord is not material. It is Satchidananda Vigraha, Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishnaha Satchidananda Vigraha. His body is different from our material bodies. One should not think that the Supreme Personality of Godhead has a material body like ours. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्तराधा कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Krishna. So it's a nice set of prayers that has been offered. So when I was just seeing the previous shloka, I was just reminded of the other shloka that I was memorizing. So this previous shloka, it says, Dear Lord, even great yogis and mystics who are very much advanced by virtue of austerities and knowledge and who have completely situated themselves in pure existence, as well as great personalities like Manu, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, cannot fully understand your glories and potencies. Nonetheless, they have offered their prayers according to their own capacities. In the same way, although much lower than these personalities, also offer our prayers according to our own capability. So I was just for japa meditation, so I was memorizing two shlokas. So one of the shloka is that Prahlad Maharaj's prayer, the first stanza of Prahlad Maharaj's prayer, and then the another one is the Sudama's this one prayer to Krishna. So when Sudama was embraced by Krishna, so that time he actually expresses gratitude. So these two were very nice. This one for meditation. So first, this Prahlad Maharaj prayer is expression of humility, and then the Sudama's prayer is expression of gratitude. So so in Prahlad Maharaj prayer, it is there that Brahmadaya Suragana Munayota Siddhaha. So like he mentions that Brahmadaya Suragana. So like beginning with Brahma, there are so many demigods, all of them are there. So Munayota Siddhaha, and then Satvaikhanta Gataya. So that means they are fully engaged in mode of goodness, or they are fully in mode of goodness, and their activities are in mode of goodness. And Satvaikhanta Gataya Vachasam Pravahari. So they have offered their speech, like streams of water, streams of river that is flowing. So in that way, like they have very amazingly they have offered their prayers to you. And then he says that Naraditam Purugunair Adunapi Pipruhu. So Naraditam means like you have not been pleased, Purugunair. So even though they have very expertly and completely offered their prayers, but still, oh my Lord Narsimha, so you have not become pleased with all those prayers. Adunapi Pipruhu. Even till now, like they have not been able to please you. So and then Kim Toshtum. So Kim Toshtum is like, Kim is a question actually. Kim Toshtum Arhati Same Hari Rukra Jate. So Prahlad Maharaj is telling that he is born in a demoniac family, and these people are born of Sattva Guna, and their activities are of Sattva Guna, and they have offered very wonderful prayers for the satisfaction of the Lord, but then he has not been able to, nobody was able to satisfy him. So then what is the use of my prayer? What is the use, what is the value of my prayer? So but I am just this one, I am just a like a person born in a demoniac family. And then later on he mentions that that even though this may be the case, but still I offer my prayer, according to my capacity. So because this is a devotional service, I want to offer my devotional service unto the Lord. So one nice aspect, that humility means no one to count on one's bad qualities, and also having determination to execute devotional service. So in material world, we see the opposite of that. People get into depression and then they say like, no, I have this fault, I have that fault, so because of that I cannot execute devotional service. So the moment I cannot execute devotional service comes, so immediately it becomes a no, it is not spiritual, it is completely material, that emotion is. So if the emotion is that, no, I have all these bad qualities, but still I want to execute devotional service, no, I will never give up devotional service at any point in time. So then that is proper spiritual humility. So here we see that, Prahlad Maharaj was, exhibiting that kind of a humility, and it is very nice that he is able to glorify every other person, which is there. And then he knows that the Lord personally came to save him so many times, so which was not the case with other people. And the Lord personally appeared just to protect him, and so many things are there in his favor. And but still, Prahlad Maharaj is like, and also Brahmaji is telling that no, we are not able to do, like, you go and do the job. So like that also could be there. And then also the fearsome form of Lord Narasimha, it could be like very terrorizing. So all these aspects are there. It is only a devotee, like can actually feel the terrorizing form of Narasimha Dev as soothing actually. What is that shloka? It is quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita when Mahaprabhu is going to South Indian Yatra, so he goes to some Narasimha Kshetras. So that time it is mentioned, Ugropi Anugraha, Evayam. So it is like Ugro Api, like though the Lord is very, very fierce, so but Anugraha Evayam, Swabhaktanam Nukeshari, Keshariva Swapotanam Anyecha Ugra Vikrame. So like for others, the Lord appears to be very fierce, but for his own devotees, he appears to be very, very kind. So here we see that Prahlad Maharaj, he's not afraid. So that means like the Lord is not appearing to be Ugra, for him. So that means he is like, he is very special. So the speciality of these great devotees is that, so they never feel that they are, something of very great value. Their achievement is of something great value. So why? Because they see the exchange, like what they get in exchange of their humility is that they are getting the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, and which is of like sometimes I give this example. You want to buy a very, very costly car, Mercedes or crores of rupees worth of some product you want to buy, and you have only 1 rupee in hand, and the person who's having that, he's telling, okay, fine, you can take this, I'll accept your 1 rupee and you can take this. So like the person who's having that 1 rupee, he will feel like very, very small in front of that gift that has been offered. So like why these great devotees actually consider themselves very small is because whatever they have given, whatever devotional service they have performed, and whatever attitude they have maintained in Krishna consciousness, so they consider that it is like this 1 rupee for getting crore of rupees worth this one. And in the prayer of like in the Raghunath Das Goswami's prayer to Nityananda Prabhu, so there also it is very nicely mentioned that this how a dwarf person trying to catch the moon, so it is dwarf person trying to catch the moon. It's like even if you climb the even a full grown person climbing on top of the tallest of buildings, he cannot catch the moon. So even if they go for moon landing excursion, they cannot catch the moon actually. So it is not possible, it is impossible. So but then if it becomes possible, it is only by the mercy of the other person. So here we see that like attaining the Lord is an impossible proposition for living entity, and to get the Lord, means that it is only qualification is that the Lord is merciful, and whatever the living entity or whatever the devotee invests in this whole transaction, he actually finds it to be very small, in comparison to what he is getting back. So that's how they are naturally becoming humble. The humility is because they are able to see such a huge gift is being offered for such a small exchange. So that's how they are able to make this. And then the other prayer is not in connection to this, but still, I just memorize them in couple, so I'll try to tell that also. So that is Sudama's, this one, expression of gratitude. So this expression of gratitude is very nice, that Kvaham daridra papiyan Kwa Krishna Sri Niketana. So this is another way of Kwa is also another way of, the Kim is a question and Kwa is also a question. So in different places it is used. I don't exactly remember what is a grammatical usage, but it is Kwaham Daridra Papiyan. So he is telling that, who am I? No, I am just Daridra, very poor. So in the second line, when he says, Kwa Krishna Sri Niketana, that means he is the abode of all the wonderful qualities. Krishna is the abode of all wonderful qualities. And in comparison to that, he is telling Daridra, means he literally in money wise also is Daridra only. He doesn't have much, he doesn't have anything. He is poor. And also he mentions about his qualities also, that he doesn't have any good qualities. And then Papiyan. So he is very sinful in his this one, in his activities. So and then the third line it talks about Brahma Bandhu itis maham. So I am a I'm a fallen friend of a Brahmana. And then fourth line, Bahubhyam Parirambita. So though I am not at all qualified, but still Krishna, who's the Sri Niketana, so he has embraced me. Right, so these two actually goes in couple. So why it goes in couple is because in Bhakti Yoga, unlike other yoga systems, so we perform Bhakti Yoga in other yoga systems, there is procedures are there, we have to execute them. And then by our capacity, we will be able to make progress. And in Bhakti Yoga, so the whole science is that we are progressing based on the mercy of the Lord. And how do we actually trigger the mercy of the Lord? By the way of offering prayers. That is how we petition for the mercy of the Lord. So when we offer prayers, and if Lord happens to become merciful, so or we are able to access the mercy of the Lord, so then we offer our gratitude. So this, these two things are very important aspects. So we offer our prayers, and then when we are blessed by the Lord, so we offer gratitude to the Lord. So a grateful heart can actually keep the gifts of Krishna consciousness, blessings of the Lord, sustainable way, they are able to keep that. So here we see that similar lines of prayers, almost all the aspects are there. So even great yogis, mystics, and who are very much advanced by virtue of austerities and knowledge, and who are completely situated themselves in pure existence, Sattva-guna, as well as great personalities like Manu, Lord Brahma and Shiva, cannot fully understand your glories and potencies. Nonetheless, they have offered their prayers. So it is very nice, in the same lines it is there. And according to their own capacities. In the same way, we also, though much lower than these personalities, also offer our prayers according to our own capacity. So in that way, we see Bhagavatam is quite consistent. All the prayers, the ingredients of the prayers is quite consistent. It's not that they have spoken to each other and they have did match fixing. So it is the natural state of existence, in the pure state of existence. So these are all the feelings that are there, and in multiple different instances, in multiple different situations, we see that similar kind of output comes. So that means this is the mood of pure devotees of the Lord. So and then in today's this one, it is very nicely mentioned about various qualities of the Lord. So the Lord doesn't have any enemies or friends, and then because of that he is equal to everyone, and then he is not contaminated by sinful activities, and his form is always beyond material creation. So And then you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead because you remain everywhere within existence, Vasudeva. And then you are consequently known as Vasudeva. We offer our respectful obeisances. So these are all the things that is there. So Prabhupada, he picks up Vasudev, the first, this one, and he says the word vas means to live. No, vasati. No, we use this word vasati. So vas means to live. As stated in Brahma Samhita, ekap yasav. No, Rachayutam Jagadanda Kotim. So the Lord is entering into each and every planets to activate them, and also He enters into each and every living being in their heart, and also in each and every atom. So this quality of the Lord, being present everywhere, is the quality of Vasudeva. So that is nicely mentioned. So like when a devotee is there in trouble, like he should not think that where is my Lord? No, he is so far away. Like, how can he help me? So that is that means like his understanding of the Lord has some deficiency. The Lord is there everywhere. Definitely he can actually help us. And the another aspect is when devotees go through difficult time. So that time, sometimes the devotee feels that why is the Lord not seeing my difficulty? So like either he is not present, or he is not like conscious of everything, or he is or he is like he wants me to suffer. He is a sadist. He wants me to suffer. So none of these things are true. So the Lord is present and the Lord is conscious of everything, and he is not a sadist. He is our best well-wishing friend. So like all these qualities, these are the qualities, so that we need to when we understand all these qualities, then finally we'll come. So who is the culprit? Then I am the culprit. So generally the tendency is that I am not the culprit, the other person is a culprit, or Lord is a culprit, or somebody is the culprit except me. That is our this one. So that is how we generally anything wrong happens, rather than pointing fingers on us, we try to point fingers on the Lord. So that is the problem. So here the Lord is definitely there everywhere. The Supreme Lord lives everywhere. He is known as Vasudeva. So although he lives everywhere within the material world, he is not contaminated by the modes of nature. So for us, we are living in the material world, we are contaminated by the modes of material nature. But for the Lord, even though he lives here, he is not touched by the modes of material nature. So this is one very important principle. And Prabhupada is quoting Ishopanishad, Apapa Viddam. So you remember the two words that Prabhupada uses in Ishopanishad? Antiseptic and prophylactic. So antiseptic means what is it? No, antiseptic means cures. It will cure. Whatever contamination is there, he will cure. And prophylactic is preventing. So like once like somebody is remembering the Lord, he cannot be touched by modes of nature. And if he is already touched by modes of nature, if he remembers the Lord will cure it also. And he is so pure that he is he like the purity. Again, this aspect of purity means to be free from modes of material nature. So there are different definitions of purity. So like one definition is free from modes of material nature. Another definition is free from karma, jnana and yoga. So that is also another definition of purity. So this is the way like the Lord is like completely beyond the modes of material nature. Sa gunan samiti thaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. The Lord is beyond the material nature. So why this is very, very essential for us to understand? This sloka also, Jarma Karma Chame Divyam. So these are very, very important aspect. In fact, in Bhagavad Gita, the transcendental knowledge, like after talking about soul and things like that, soul, karma and things like that. So when the knowledge about the Supreme Lord is introduced, this is the first thing that has been introduced. The Lord, his his birth activities, all of them are beyond material nature. So if it is like when Parikshit Maharaj asked this question, that why is the Lord partial? Why is he killing the demons? Why is he protecting the demigods? So why is he partial? In this one. So then the answer is that no, Lord is not partial. So he will never take on to, like, somebody hates him, or somebody wants to kill him, the Lord will, Lord will harm that person. And somebody wants to do devotional service, Lord will, actually protect him and give him some this one. So that is like material dealing. The Lord will not become what is that, affected by like glorification or like chastisement. Lord is always equal to everybody. So how is he equal? Just like a fire, when you touch lovingly or with hatred, so the fire will burn. So in the same way, the Lord is, whether you approach as a devotee lovingly or you approach as a demon, with hatred, the Lord's only job is to purify. He will purify the person who is coming in contact. So in either ways, whichever way, the living entity approaches, the Lord always purifies them. So in this way, like we see that when the Lord descends on this planet, he acts in many ways. He kills the demons and performs acts not sanctioned in the Vedic script principles. Just like his association with the gopis, things like that. So which is in mundane way, if we see, it is a sinful activity. So like even in the material world also we see that somebody, if a particular property belongs to somebody, and if he enjoys it, it is considered to be okay. And if another person, if I want to go and enjoy that property, I want to steal somebody's mobile, then like I am also using mobile, he is also using mobile. If he uses it is good, if I use it is bad. What is this logic? So the logic is that it belongs to him. So in the same way, Lord, definitely he comes to set an example, like for common people to act. So but at the same time, like he also has his life. Everything is owned by him, and he is the bhokta, he is the enjoyer of everything, and he has the right to enjoy. So that way, like that particular aspect may be looking wrong, maybe looking illegal to us, because it doesn't, none of us own the property which the Lord owns, so none of us can enjoy. So like Vedic principles talk like what we are supposed to do. Vedic principles are not talking like what God is supposed to do, right? So God is supposed to do like enjoyment, and he is enjoying, and which may be in our calculation may be illegal. So but it is not illegal for the Lord, because Lord rightfully owns the property, and he is rightful enjoyer of everything that he owns. So in that way, like his actions may look sinful in the limited purview of the conditioned soul. So but then his activities are always pure, it is always shuddha. So nothing, there is no contamination in this one. Shuddha means the same opposite of that, not contaminated by the material modes of nature, and shuddha, the purity. So both of them actually like support each other actually. So shuddha means pure, pure means again, so there is no material contamination, there is no touch of material nature, it's completely pure. And then the Lord is also sama, equal to everyone. In this regard, it is stated in Bhagavad Gita, samoham sarvabhuteshu na me dveshyosti na priyaha. So then when we hear this thing, and when I don't I don't hate anybody, or I don't maintain dvesha towards anybody, and then we see that Lord, this Hiranyakashipu tortures Prahlad Maharaj, and there Lord is like full of anger and he is ready to kill. How to understand? So like if we don't understand the basic principles of Bhagavad Gita, so then we will see something else only in the past time. So there, like we have to see that how the Lord is samoham sarvabhuteshu, always he is samoham sarvabhuteshu. And then even if he kills the demon, it is for his benefit actually. Here he is giving the benefit to Prahlad Maharaj, like he is offering his wonderful like embrace, and to Hiranyakashipu is like putting his nails and tearing his this one. So both of them are for the Lord samoham, so like, I am equal. So in both the ways, like he is actually equally reciprocating, in that way. And the Lord has no friend or enemy, and he is equal to everybody. So like equal to everybody is also in another way it is explained that if you want love, the Lord will give love. If you want no, beating the Lord will give beating. So whatever you want, like equal. No, whatever you ask for, you will get it. It is equal. So it is not that one rule for you, one rule for another person. So for everyone, the same rule. So like that is also another this one of samoham actually. So the word satvaya indicates that the form of the Lord is not material. So this is another philosophy. So the philosophy that considers the Lord's form as material is the Mayavad philosophy, and we see that the Lord's form is fully in the purified state of existence. So Sachidananda Vigraha. So Ishvara Paramakrishna Sachidananda Vigraha. So his body is different from our bodies. One should not think that the Supreme Personality of Godhead has a material body like ours. So in fact, a devotee who is concentrated on the service of the Supreme Lord, so even though living in this material world with the material body, he is considered to be liberated. That is the effect of like it is mentioned that spiritual master's body should not be seen as material. So spiritual master's body should be seen as spiritual, and one should render service in that way. So why? Because he is constantly engaged. Satata Yukta. He is constantly engaged in Krishna consciousness. So because of that, his body should be considered spiritual. So like if that is the case, if somebody is just engaged in Krishna consciousness, his body should be considered spiritual. So then what to speak about the body of Krishna? He is like completely spiritual actually. So and because of which he is able to be present everywhere. He is able to remember everything. And in one lecture, Prabhupada says that the Lord doesn't change bodies. The forgetfulness, he actually attributes it to change of bodies actually. So he says like living entity changes bodies, so he cannot remember things. And the Lord doesn't change bodies, so he can remember everything. So these are all some of the nice qualities of Krishna that is mentioned. So by meditating on these qualities, we will get closer to him. In fact, in the 11th canto of Bhagavatam, it is mentioned, a whole section of this description is mentioned about if you want to become smaller than the smallest, if you want to get that siddhi, you have to meditate on the Lord's capacity of being smaller than the smallest. And if you want to be the bigger than the biggest, then you should meditate on the Lord's capacity of being the bigger than the biggest. So in the same way, if we want to develop the qualities of compassion, mercy, if we want to develop the qualities of purity and things like that, so then if we focus on those qualities of the Lord, so definitely we will get those qualities. So this is the way of acquiring good qualities. So by meditating on that particular quality of the Lord, so then we will be able to get that particular quality of the Lord by the blessings of the Lord. So with this I pause here. Any questions or comments you can take?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It was very nice angle that you gave towards this humility of devotees. So the analogy of 1 rupee and the crore rupee car. So it's very nice to know that devotees feel that they have not rendered enough devotional service and they've got huge amount of reciprocation from the Lord. That keeps them humble. And also in another place we had heard that humility means thinking about the Lord more than oneself. So with such gratitude, automatically the devotee will be able to think about the Lord more. So this is a very nice point which I felt. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. You have mentioned we petition for the mercy of the Lord by offering nice prayers, and when the Lord is blessed, then we become very very much grateful. So thank you so much, Prabhu. Nice man.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the class. So, the same point that the pure devotees of the Lord are very humble and they always feel that the darshan of Krishna or the reciprocation of Krishna is infinitely more than my infinitesimal devotional service, which is very insignificant. They feel like that, and feeling like that, they become more humble, and that humility purchases the Lord, and that's how their relationship progresses. You mentioned that Lord is always Samoham Sarvabhuteshu, even while he is killing the demons. He is always thinking of their benefit. This reminded me of the. You mentioned that pure devotees, they are open to any kind of reciprocation with the Lord. So this prayer of the Nag Patnis is very relevant here. They say Bhavan hi karanam tatra sarvagyo jagadishwara anugraham nigraham va manasya tadvidehina. They say that we don't know what we deserve. So you decide what is good for us, whether you award us or whether you punish us. We take both as your mercy, both of them as your mercy. So pure devotees are always in that consciousness. So I was thinking of that point when you were mentioning that. Another point which you mentioned, that modes of nature, they cannot affect the Lord. So very nicely we can extrapolate that modes of nature will affect only something which is material. And if it is not affecting the Lord, that means he is spiritual. So these were some of the points which I could take. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So one should offer prayers or based on their capacity and and like thinking oneself like Lord is doing so much, helping us so much in so many ways, and we should offer our prayers and we should also pray for the Lord or glorify the Lord when we feel gratitude and we should offer that. And these kind of prayers helps us like the mood in which we have to pray to the Lord, and these prayers also remind us the qualities about the Lord and how merciful He is.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So this is the point of humility, finding faults in oneself, and on the same side having the determination to render the service to the Lord. So this is another angle of humility having. So always generally I feel this finding some mistakes will happen in me, but later on I'll get beatings nicely, but I feel depressed. Oh, I cannot do. But the thing is, even at the depressed state, we should be able to render service. That is a point which I am taking Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The humility means to me whatever we come in our life, we'll never give up the devotional service. Sometimes I had any condition in our life comes in any difficulty or something like, but we should not give up the devotional service. We should not give up chanting. And some people says I'm sinful, that's why I'm not doing this. This is all the reason. Actually, we should not at any point of time we should not give up devotional service. We should continue the devotional service. This is first point. And apapa vidham lords is not contaminated by the material. This one, as I said. And this is also one. I remember one thing in the Mahabharata. In Kunti, what is this? Gandhari. Some people says Gandhari give the curse to the Krishna, so that's why they are all this is going. But actually, that is not thing that Prabhupada explains that. This is only the Leela of Krishna. So finally, Krishna wants to wind up this service. That's why he is going to doing that. Actually, is apapa vidham. That is what Prabhupada clearly explained, that he is not contaminated by the material world because he is not made by the material elements. When it comes to the material world, we made by the material elements. That's why we'll stuck in the material world. But he is a Sachidananda Vigraha. That's why he is not contaminated, and his mood also is not in material mode also. So that's why he is apavidam. And in one point, spiritual master body should consider the spiritual, because always engage in devotional service. Spiritual master always engage in devotional service in the Lord, in the service of the Lord. That's why he is considered to be the spiritual body of the spiritual master. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण गुरु जी। आप बताइए कि जैसे भगवान कितना मर्सीफुल है कि हमारे पास 1 रुपया रख लें, वो भी 1 रुपये में बहुत सा करोड़ों का भी ये दे देते हैं। तो जैसे आप बताइए प्रहलाद महाराज का एग्जाम्पल दिया, वो कैसे कितना डिपेंडेंट थे उन भगवान का ऊपर, हर चीज़ में कितना उनका भगवान का ऊपर कितना भरोसा था कि कोई भी प्रॉब्लम आएगा तो हाँ मेरे लिए भगवान है, और किधर भी जाते थे वो। और एक बताया कि स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर का जो बॉडी होता है हमारे जैसा बॉडी नहीं सोचना चाहिए, वो स्पिरिचुअलिटी रहता है, वो सच्चिदानंद विग्रह तो नहीं, स्पिरिचुअली रहता है उनका बॉडी, वो हमेशा आनंद में रहते हैं भगवान का सेवा करके। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna, you said that okay. The point which I liked about the most was you said okay, the God is pure, and the purity can be measured in two ways. One is from the mode of the ignorance, the mode of goodness, and the mode of passion. And the second is based on the karma gnana yoga. So in both ways, okay, Lord is always pure. He can never be touched by this mode of material nature, and he is never forgetful because we, the soul, we change bodies, and that is attributed to our loss of memory. Whereas Lord is all over, and he never changes his body because he's the supreme. Also that okay, the rules of the Vedas are only applicable to us because we are not the owner of the properties, but Lord is the owner of the entire universe. So whatever he does, although it may seem illegal to us, it is not illegal because he is only enjoying what belongs to him. Whereas if we try to enjoy something which belongs to the Lord, we are actually doing the wrong thing because we don't own it, so we cannot enjoy it.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you for the class, wonderful class. And there are two beautiful points which I got connected is like first point is about humility. So humility means in the mood like we are not qualified to do that service, but still we'll take it up and do it because some senior devotees, sometimes when senior devotee says, we say that I'm not qualified, I can't do it, and we will be saying no, but it's not like that. We are not qualified, but because senior devotees and we say that we should go and take it up. So that is the real quality of humility in that. That is like then second one is like God is so transcendental that even if he is he is loving you, reciprocation with love and reciprocation with anger both are same. So and there are a description of many qualities of the Lord in this. Thank you, Prabhu. And I have a small doubt. It's not a doubt, like you told for to getting a quality of the smaller than the smaller, you should concentrate on that quality of the Lord. So, but devotees mainly want service attitude and to serve Lord mainly. That attitude should that mood. So on what quality of the Lord we should meditate more on to get that attitude. So service attitude of the Lord. So Lord has he's not in service attitude.
Because if he doesn't have, how will he have? And just a small description. This one, in the spiritual world, we see that we want to, like, the devotee wants to win the service, and the Lord also serves the devotee so much. So, but in the material world, we see, we keep desiring Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadati Kaman. So there is only one servant and so many masters in the material world. So every living entity is master and only one servant, that is Supreme Lord. It's and he is trying to serve all the living entities. And what all things like, whatever the living entity desires, the Lord tries to serve him. Even if he doesn't like, even if the living entity doesn't want to serve the Lord, doesn't want to give anything, any regard also. After the Lord gives some blessings, he will say like, it is my hard work. No, I got this thing. He will never give credit to the Lord. But still the Lord is giving so much. So if you want to understand service, like you have to understand from the Lord only. Even if a person who is like telling like God doesn't exist, he's an atheist. God serves him also food. God serves him also like, air to breathe and things like that. So we cannot imagine the Lord's service attitude actually. No. So, ठीक है, हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So, as you mentioned this point regarding Bhakti Yoga, that in other processes we have some, like in other yoga processes, we have some steps and we can follow. On the basis of that, our progress is defined. But in Bhakti Yoga, progress is essentially based on prayers. And when we make prayers and when we are blessed by the Lord, we should offer gratitude to the Lord. Then you mentioned, like, in whatever way a person approaches the Lord purifies him. Be it as Prahlad Maharaj approaches the Lord embraced him, and in that way he was purified. And Hiranyakashipu was purified in the way that Lord teared his body. And then this thing that we should meditate on the qualities of the Lord, or like whichever qualities we want to like acquire, like the compassion quality and all these. So we should meditate, focus on those, and then we can acquire those qualities. And the spiritual master's body should be considered spiritual, not material body. So this point regarding the spiritual master's body spiritual, so it should be considered spiritual, or it is spiritual, like what do you say?
It is spiritual. Anybody remembers the example which Prabhupada gives in this connection? Iron rod kept in fire. So, like iron rod kept in fire, the iron rod doesn't become doesn't become fire. So iron rod is iron rod, but it acquires the qualities of fire. So in the same way, though the spiritual master's body is made of earth, water, fire, air, ether, but still it is constantly kept in the fire of devotional service. It acquires the properties of the spiritual, spiritual nature. So in that way, for all practical purposes, an iron rod kept in the fire. So if you touch anywhere, it will burn. So all practical purposes, it acts like a fire. So though it is still an iron rod. In the same way, spiritual master's body, though it is made of earth, water, fire, air, ether, so for all practical purposes, it will act like a spiritual body. So that is why the spiritualized, Prabhupada uses the word spiritualized. The body becomes spiritualized. It's not just to consideration or imagination, it is actually there. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.